Hey guys, so back again with another video. As I mentioned on the last one that I did about my my workstation machine, that machine was not my gaming desktop. So I figured I'd do another video tonight showing this machine. This is my gaming desktop. So it probably seems kind of stupid. I'm this dumb little YouTube person with like 1,000 subscribers in this tiny little YouTube channel. So, do I really have a need for a workstation and a gaming desktop? I mean, yes and no. It really comes down to the fact that yeah, I could multitask. I could use the workstation for gaming if I wanted to, but I have access to the parts and I use them. So here we go. Sorry I can't really make eye contact with the camera. Maybe someday I will buy another camera to use that second Elgato card that I bought. But so this is the monster. So as you can see, it's in a Corsair, Cooler Master Cosmos C700P. This is one version of the case old. They've got a new version that's almost the same case as this, but you can see it here. There's RGB strips on the front that are ARGB that you can see that are like rainbow style, and then just like mine on the top, mine has mine has RGB on the top, but all it does is color shift. The newer one I think has rainbow, although I didn't look. It might only be color shifting on the top still, but I'm guessing it's ARGB, and I'm guessing you can make it rainbow, which probably looks pretty cool, but the price I get these cases for, I typically pay around $100 for these cases on the Seattle Craigslist market, so I really don't care. Sometimes they have little imperfections and stuff, they're missing parts, whatever. I really don't care. The price I'm paying for the cases, these are, I think the C700P is, I don't know, shipped $450, $400, something like that, and I get them for like $100 a piece. So let's open it up here. So this glass panel, whole thing opens. And actually, to make it a little easier, I'm going to show you this too. These come off the hinges. Most large tempered, not only tempered glass, but most large tempered glass cases do this. These just kind of, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it wrong here. What do we got going on? This is not working as easy as it's supposed to. Looks like my hinges are bending a little there. Okay, let's set this off to the side. Where am I going to put this? My lighting just suddenly blew out too. Dang. See my irritation from my shave I just did. That even shows up on camera. Light's brighter than I thought. So, I'm gonna move this over here. So this is an i9 9900K with 64 gigs of RAM and my RTX 3080. So this is the system when you watch any of my videos where I say, this is such and such game running on a GTX or a 9900K with a RTX 3080 video card. That's this build. This is this build that you're seeing. So it's so big it's blocking my my monitor view. I can't even see what I'm doing. I guess I'm just gonna have to trust that I'm getting what I want. So pretty cool on the specific parts. This is an MSI Z390 Godlike. When I did this build, I went all out on this one. And the Godlike was $2,000. It was expensive. It was like $650, but it wasn't $2,000 like the new Z690 Godlike is. So there was that. Just standard. I think this is actually the same liquid cooler that I'm using. I think I have 3 of these actually. I have one on my my NAS build, one on the workstation build, and one on this. I believe they're all the exact same cooler. I don't know why I keep getting so many of them, but I do. Then RAM is G.Skill Trident Z Neo RGB. And then it's the Gigabyte RTX 3080 10G OC, I think is the specific model that they list. You can see an Elgato HD60 Pro in here. That's actually dead for some reason. I pulled it out of my workstation, and it didn't work anymore, and I was testing it in here, but it appears to be completely dead. This unit, you can't, no, you can't see them. So this unit has a 1TB M.2 as the boot drive, and then it has a 4TB 2.5 SATA SSD. I think it's a Samsung 850 EVO as the storage drive, and then I believe, oh look, there's still a 4TB. Wait, oh, there is still a 4TB in there. I thought I put that in my NAS. Oh, whatever. I was gonna take it out, but apparently I didn't. Guess I have another 4TB. So there's a 4TB SSD, 4TB hard drive. So one of the things you'll notice with this, and one of the ways that I am able to do these builds, there's no real theming here. I have just a random mishmash of parts. This is why I don't typically do liquid-cooled builds either, because the way I get my parts, I'm always watching for a deal on Craigslist and OfferUp, Facebook Market. You know, I'm always watching for a deal, and for that reason, if I tried to go liquid-cooled, I would constantly be, it would be a nightmare. I randomly picked this video card up on Facebook Market one night, threw it in. The only part on here, the only two parts in here that are original, that were in the original build, are the Godlike board and the 9900K. Everything else has been slowly swapped and changed and moved around over time. Even the case. This build has been in, I think, 3 different cases. It was in, I think I may have put it in when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do, I couldn't decide if I wanted to go Corsair or Cooler Master. They both make cases that I like, and I kind of wanted to go matching cases. Like now that I have my 1000D build, I kind of wanted to do like a 500D because it's a similar case. But I've kind of decided I like both. I like both the 1000D and the Cosmos. So I'm gonna have one in each. I'm gonna have my gaming desktop in the Cosmos, and I'm gonna have the workstation in the 1000D. Simple. Trying to think what else is worth mentioning on this. Yeah, it is what it is. So kind of interesting, a little bit of stories behind the parts. The motherboard and chip are from, I actually bought them at Fry's Electronics, which is now out of business. It was at the very tail end of when Fry's was a useful entity where you could actually still go into store and buy parts, and it was kind of dumb. They had basically two boards. They had top of the line, and then they had bottom of the line. I think they had one mid-level board that I bought as an open box, and then I got it home, and it smelled like smoker scent, which I don't even know how that happened, because I think I bought this chip like virtually release week, which I think the 9900K launched with Z390, I thought. So the board couldn't have been more than a few weeks old. So I don't even know how that smoker scent happened, but whatever. I returned it. It was awful. Don't buy open box stuff from a retail store. Never do it. Just say no. Tell them to find you an open box item, or you're buying else, or a new sealed item, or you're buying else. Or never buy open box retail. I've never been happy with open box retail, and I hear stories all the time with other people, other YouTubers. No one ever seems to be happy with open box, so just don't do it. So I paid, since this was like almost a day one purchase, I did pay MSRP for, and it's the only time I've ever done that. Bought high-end parts, MSRP. I paid MSRP for the 9900K, I paid MSRP for the Z390, and I paid MSRP for the RAM that I bought that day, although it was different RAM at the time. So I paid like $1,500 for the board, chip, and RAM, which is unusual for me. Like, I mean, you saw my my X99 build. I picked up that setup for $4 off OfferUp. So it was just one day I had the money. I wanted to splurge. I didn't want to wait until the parts were available on secondhand, and I said, screw it, I'm gonna do it. So I did. And then the RTX 3080. I'm gonna do a separate video on that. That falls under my hardware stories video series that I do, but. The 3080 I picked up as part of a pre-built from a guy on Facebook Market. It was towards the beginning when they first came out, when people didn't realize how bad it was going to get. Now you'd feel lucky to get a 3080 for $1,000, but this was before that. This was when everyone was still complaining about $1,000 3080s, and So there's kind of a story behind that card. It was kind of a complicated situation for me to make that card happen, but it did, and now I have it. I've had it almost since, I mean, I think I got it maybe a month after the 3080 came out, when I was sure I wasn't even going to bother getting one at that point, but it was the right deal. It popped up. I made it happen. So I hope you guys find this interesting, and if you have any questions about the build, feel free to ask. Kind of flip it around here for anyone that wants to get a full look. And as you can see, like I said, there's no theming here. Whatever I get. I got these cool, these green and black cables. They just came as part of something that I ordered, or I didn't order. They just came as part of something I bought on Craigslist. Sometimes I get people do random stuff like that. I think I have some red ones from another power supply. I'll throw stuff like that in. I think I actually needed an extender cable, and I had those. So I was like, screw it, let's do it. And then let's flip this around here. I actually haven't looked at my cable management on this in many, many, many months. Let's see here. Now I'm blocked. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I should probably mention I upgraded to that. I originally had a 1200 watt Thermaltake Gold in here, which I wasn't really happy with it. Two different systems died whilst that power supply was present, so I was always suspicious. This board, actually, I had to RMA it whilst that 1200 watt was present, so yeah, I don't know what to say there. It probably is unrelated, but I can't prove it, so I was a little less than completely happy with it. But the real reason I did the swap was because the 3080 was not happy with that power supply, like crazy bad coil line, and I thought it was just a card with bad coil line, but once I swapped over, I kind of thought, maybe it is the power supply. So I randomly, in my pile of power supplies, I found that Corsair HX1000. Is it the 1000i? Ooh, it's the HX1000i. So yeah, I found that sitting there, and I used that. Oh look, I have a random fan controller too. I think I ordered that off eBay. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, this build has been in this state for basically, I think since like a month after I bought the 3080. So this is probably one of my longer builds that I've had. I don't normally keep a build like this for that long. So this is probably a solid year, approaching a year and a half on this build now. That's a ton of time for me. I never leave a build assembled in one state for that long. It's just, what am I going to do with it? It's 3080, 9900K. I mean, what more do I need, right? So anyway, though, again, I hope you guys find this interesting and informative. And again, if you have any questions on it, feel free to ask.